Far, far away, there was a deep green forest. It was a lovely home for many animals and birds. Tall trees stood like guards, rivers flowed softly, and the wind carried sweet songs of the wild. In this forest, everyone lived safely until human footsteps entered. Wherever humans came, danger followed. They cut trees, they hunted, and they made the peaceful forest unsafe. In this forest lived a big, strong giant panda and his family. They loved to play by a river that flowed like a silver ribbon through the trees. The river was thin, but it never stopped flowing, always whispering and singing. The panda children loved to catch fish there, splashing and laughing as the father panda watched with pride. But one day, something terrible happened. While the father panda was busy, two hunters came riding on horses. Their eyes were greedy, and their hands were cruel. They grabbed the smallest panda child and put him inside a hard iron cage. The cub cried out, but no one could hear him except the trees. The father panda turned around, and his heart broke. His baby was gone. He roared and cried, running here and there, searching desperately. His cries shook the forest, but the hunters had already taken the cub far away. The little panda, locked in the dark cage, felt scared and alone. Will I ever see my father again? Will I ever play in the river? Or will I be lost forever? He thought, with tiny tears rolling down his fur. The hunters rode through the village, past shops and markets, until they reached an old broken house. Its roof was falling, its windows cracked, and its walls covered in dust. There, in the shadow of the house, they hid the cage. They planned to sell the panda later in the market for a high price. Not many people walked by that road. Only a group of schoolgirls used it every day to go to school. They laughed, sang songs, and skipped along the path. But one morning, as they passed the house, they heard a strange sound. It was faint at first, like a soft cry. They stopped. "Did you hear that?" one girl asked. "Yes, it sounds like crying," another whispered. They listened again. The sound came once more, sad and lonely. Their hearts beat faster. What could it be? Slowly, they stepped closer to the house. The sound grew louder, clearer. It was not the wind, not the creak of wood. It was the cry of an animal. The girls gasped. "Something is trapped inside." But they were just school children. They had no torch, no rope, no plan. "We must tell our teacher," they decided. The very next day, they came earlier than usual. Their teacher joined them too. This time they were braver. They pushed open the door of the old house. The air was heavy with dust, and the floor creaked beneath their feet. At first, they thought the sound came from the basement below, but when they listened closely, they realized it was from above, the third floor. Up the stairs they climbed, step by step, their hearts racing. At last, they reached the top. And there, in the corner of a dark room, they saw him, the little panda cub. His eyes were round and full of tears, but when he saw the children, hope flickered inside them. The girls cheered softly, "We found him!" Their teacher said gently, "We must take him to school. There we will ask the head teacher for help." So the cage was opened and the panda cub came out. He was so happy. He waddled beside the girls as they walked back to school. His steps were small, but his heart was full of joy. At school, the children rushed to the head teacher's office. "Please, sir," they begged, "let the panda stay with us. He can sit in class and be our friend." The head teacher smiled kindly, but shook his head. "My dear children, this panda already has a family. Right now they are sad and worried. Imagine you would feel if you were lost and your parents could not find you. We must return him to his home." The children looked down, but the head teacher continued, "Do not worry. You will not lose him. Together you will return him. The school bus will take you, your teacher, and the panda back to the forest." Soon everyone boarded the bus. One by one they climbed aboard, and the little panda sat safely with them. The bus engine roared, and off they went, speeding toward the forest. On the way, the children sang songs, their voices bright with laughter. The panda swayed happily, enjoying the music. But as the bus went deeper into the forest, the road became rough. Stones and roots blocked the path, and the bus could go no further. The driver stopped. "We must walk from here," he said. So they all got down and began their journey on foot. The trees grew taller, the path narrower. Birds chirped overhead, and the wind rustled the leaves. The children walked and walked, their shoes muddy, but their hearts light. The panda waddled along, sometimes stopping to sniff the flowers. Finally, after a long walk, they arrived at the panda's home. And there, waiting with teary eyes, was the father panda. The moment he saw his little cub, he cried out in joy. He ran forward, hugged his child tightly, and tears rolled down his cheeks. The forest echoed with his cries, this time of happiness, not sorrow. The children smiled, their hearts warm. They knew they had done something very special. Meanwhile, justice came swiftly. With the help of villagers, the police caught the 2 hunters who had stolen the cub. They could never harm the forest again. The panda family was whole once more. The forest was peaceful again, and the children returned to school carrying in their hearts the memory of a great adventure, an adventure of courage, kindness, and love.